Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, we're going to be building something a little bit weird for me. It's actually going to be a TSMC statue, aka Spider-Man statue, holding a dirt block. Now, I didn't come up with this idea just by myself, but I did see this suggested on the channel, and I did like the idea of it. So I have taken my skin, I've shrunk it down, I've turned it into a cute little plushy sort of statue, and I have him holding a grass block, very similar to my actual avatar that I use on YouTube. If you enjoy this video, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really does help me and the channel out very, very much. And if you do enjoy this video enough to make it to the end, share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. But without any further ado, let's make, well, me as a statue. Slash really Spider-Man. So to make the statue, you only need the materials that I have in my hotbar right now. And on the screen, I'll show you how many of each material you need. It should have appeared already. That is how many of each one of those materials you're going to need to actually make the statue itself. That should be very accurate. And not only that, but you only need about a 6x4 block ground space to actually get this statue started as well. Pause the video if necessary, make sure that you have absolutely everything sorted out, and then once you have, we can begin. So we're going to begin the statue with a single red concrete on the ground. We're going to place an additional red on top, followed by 2 light blue. 1, 2. Extend this entire row to the right by 1. Place an additional row of light blue on top, and then extend that row to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend the last 2 blocks down by 2. 1, 2. And connect those down to the ground using red concrete. We then want to place an additional layer of both light blue and red directly behind what we have just made. Like that. Take the row of light blue at the top and extend it backwards by 1 row. And on top of this row, I want you going from left to right to place a light blue, 4 red, then a light blue. And then on top again, left to right, place a light blue, black, 2 reds, black, light blue. Then the next row, left to right, light blue, red, 2 black, red, light blue. Then for the next row, I want you to place 2 red, 2 black, 2 red. And then for the next row, I want you to place a red, black, 2 red, black, red. Like this. Next, I want you to come towards the front here. And I want you to take the rows of light blue on the side, and I want you to extend them forwards by 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. And the same for every single one of these. Like that. We're then going to connect them together underneath left to right to create a U shape. We're then going to take the red concretes above the U shape and we're going to extend them towards us as well. Like that. We're then going to copy what we have placed on the back into the middle of the front. Whilst this is covered up a lot by the grass block, some of it isn't, so we may as well just copy it directly onto the front. Next, we're going to make the grass block itself. It's quite simple. Take the row of red concrete that you have at the front of the statue down below the spider, and place 3 rows of brown concrete coming outwards. 1, 2, 3. We're going to extend up that last row up by 1 row. And then on top of this, going from left to right, we're going to place a line, miss a block, place a line, and then brown concrete in between. Place an entire row of lime concrete on top of that, and then we're going to extend on the sides the brown concrete backwards and all of the lime as well. And the same on the opposite side also. So, brown, lime. And we're going to fill the top of it in using lime concrete. Like that. So, what we're now going to do is we are going to place the arms. They're quite easy to do. If we start on the side of the body, up at the top here, we take the 2 middle blocks at the top middle of the statue and we place red concrete coming outwards. Extend those down 1. Then add 2 additional rows of light blue concrete. 1, 2. Extend the light blue forwards. Place 2 rows of red in front. And connect it to the grass block, like this. Now you can either leave the arm like that, or you may choose to add an additional row of red and blue onto the side of it. That choice is completely up to you. I don't know which I like better, because on the one hand, the hand looks a little bit funky like this, but on the other hand, where the arm is a bit thinner, it looks... I don't know. You've kind of got to choose between one or the other, unfortunately. Now, we're going to come to the opposite side and do the same thing. The 2 middle blocks at the top of the side of the statue, extend outwards using red, and then down. Add 2 rows of light blue underneath, and then extend forwards, and then 2 rows of red. 1, 2. Connect them to the grass block itself so that it's actually being grabbed onto. Now, all we have to do is the head, which is quite simple. On the top of the body, right here, on the front, we're going to place a row of red concrete. We're going to extend it forwards a row. And then left to right on top of this, we're going to place 2 black, 2 red, 2 black. On top of that, left to right, we place 2 white, 2 red, 2 white. On top of this left to right, we place a white, black, 2 red, black, white. And then on top of this again, we place a black, 4 red, black. Then an entire row of red concrete. Like that. We're going to take the entire top back of the head and we're going to extend it backwards by 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to extend it down by the same amount. That'd be 2, 3, 4, 5. We can then connect it to the front. However, that's not 100% needed. You just need to connect it to the back here and then perhaps just extend the sides across towards the front like this. And then when it comes to the eyes, I want you to extend the eyes 1 row backwards because Spider-Man has very 3D looking eyes. So I think that it actually improves the statue to kind of just like turn it into a corner. I really like that. You might choose to leave it red though. And then fill the remainder of the side of the head in using red concrete. And in doing that, you'll actually be done once this has been completed. There we go. So once you have completed your statue, it should look exactly like this. I do hope that you guys are happy with it. If you are, please do remember to hit that like button as it really does help me and the channel out loads and loads and loads. If you've made it all the way to this point in the tutorial, please do share this video with a friend. Sharing is caring. It helps out no end as well. And also, if you would like to check out all of my other future creations, then you're going to want to subscribe and click the little bell next to the subscription button. That ensures that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And last but not least, if you do want to make any more fun statues of YouTubers, which I guess I qualify as, or any sorts of fun things like Enderman and Ghasts, and you know, all the cool stuff that I kind of have surrounding me, then check out the card system and the description below for all of my other builds too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you all so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!